Okay, so why choose a career in the environment? We all want to live in a place we can flourish, thrive and have good health and well-being. What better way to spend your working life creating an environment which allows us to do this? Leaving a healthy world for our children and generations to come. Working in environment is about delivering this goal. So today what I'm going to do is to cover why choose a career in environment, what technology is used, so that's really based on what Scottish Natural Heritage use, and other organisations will use similar stuff, what skills are needed and what are the opportunities in SNH. So what I'm going to start with is just telling you a little bit about Scottish Natural Heritage. Our vision is about creating a greener, healthier and more prosperous Scotland. We're a non-government departmental body, public body, so we get our funding from Scottish Government, and our role is to provide advice on the natural heritage, which is habitats, species, landscapes, geology, geomorphology, and also access and enjoyment of it. As I said, we're funded by government. We work as a family of agencies, such as the Forestry Commission, Forest Enterprise, Scottish Environment Protection Agency, Marine Scotland and the Rural Payments Division in Scottish Government. We work with land managers, public sector, voluntary bodies, other agencies other than those in the environment, such as National Health Service, to deliver our work. We're based around the country. We have a headquarters in Inverness. We have other main offices in Edinburgh, here in Battleby, Clydebank, but we have lots of smaller offices across the mainland and island of Scotland. So how do we deliver our work? Well, we have three main themes: caring for the natural world, promoting sustainable economic growth and enriching people's lives. And these themes are interdependent really, and I think that's been emphasised by the previous speaker because she picked out a number of these as well. But in terms of the kind of work that we do within these, we have a variety of staff, and I'll just give you an example. We have, if we take caring for the natural world, our operational staff, policy and advice, wildlife management specialists, our National Nature Reserve staff who practically manage those sites. We have funding advisors, rural surveyors, all involved in delivery of that theme. Enriching people's lives, again we have our National Nature Reserves, which are where a lot of people visit. We have access and recreation advisors, environmental education specialists, landscape advisors, funding advisors. And promoting sustainable economic growth, we have planning specialists, casework managers, landscape advisors, operational staff, a whole host. That's just a skim of the surface really. And as I said, all these three themes are interconnected, so I thought this was a good example of how that works. But to help those people deliver on the ground, we have a number of support staff. So we need people who are experts in finance, we need human resources, we need people who are IT specialists, facilities and service delivery, data management and information, communication specialists, human resources, all support the delivery of these three themes. And I can just give you a quick example of how that works. So when I was working as an operational officer, I was involved in the development of the Clackmannshire Bridge, not the big new bridge over the Forth, but the slightly smaller one further upstream. And in that, my role was to advise on the impacts of natural heritage, which comes under caring for the natural world. Because of the designated sites in the area, I ensured there was access over the bridge for bikes and people, pedestrians. And again, because it was such a big project for Scottish Government, we had to make sure that it was delivered in a sustainable manner. So as you can see, or how I've expressed it, there are many different roles within SNH. And I just quickly wanted to cover some of the kinds of technology that we are involved with. So we generate some of our own energy for some of our sites. So for example, in National Nature Reserve we have wind turbines, solar panels to help to provide our energy. And here in Battleby we have some solar panels and a biofuel heating system. We use water meters to determine how wet a bog is. We have satellite trackers. We use electric vehicles on our reserves for getting around the areas out in the wilds. We use our tablets for monitoring when we're out recording what we see. And that's just, as I say, a very slight, a very shallow look at what kind of technology we use. We use computers, obviously, for everything. So what I wanted to do is just quickly go through the kinds of skills that are involved in the work we do. So we have practical land management skills we need. We need people who can identify plants. They have understanding of management and habitats of species, engaging with public stakeholders, partnership working collaboratively, numerical skills, interpersonal skills, spatial awareness, computer skills, communication, press, social media, HR, leadership. And again, all the time our skills are changing, our requirements change through time. And what we have within SNH for our youth employment programme, I thought it was worth just touching on this. We do have a graduate scheme. We have 9 graduates this year who have come in to do specific projects, and they're wide-ranging and very interesting. We have a studentship scheme for encouraging young people to come and work on practical conservation work on national nature reserves. Modern apprenticeships, which are generally associated at the moment on administrative kind of work. We have lots of volunteers, and of course we always get involved in the Bring Your Child to Work scheme. I thought I would just share you my story. So I am someone who has been in this organisation nearly 30 years. I haven't done the same job for 30 years though. I did a degree in home economics. I came in and I did finance when I came in an administrative role. And over that time in my 30 years, I've had 9 different jobs, 9 different roles anyway. So I've done finance for a region. I then did that at the national level. I've also done setting up a grant scheme, moved into being an advisor on designated sites, a European site specialist, an operational specialist, and now I'm in learning and development. And in that time, I have learned picked up a wide variety of different skills, knowledge. I've had the opportunity to do further study, higher further study, a Masters in Environmental Studies, a certificate in management, and a certificate in training practice. So there are lots of opportunities to be there. And one of my highlights was actually getting to travel on an RNLI rescue boat back from the Isle of May after doing some bird surveys. I should say I wasn't needing the rescue, but somebody else was. And also being able to walk out into the Firth of Forth inside a bridge. Not on the bridge, but inside the bridge as it was being constructed. These were my highlights, and I'm sure there's lots of other people who have different types of things that they think are important. But what I would say is the opportunities in SNH and in the environmental sector are vast. And it is about being flexible and looking for those opportunities. And it's not just about thinking, I need a degree. You don't. There are lots of things out there.